The idea was to be on tour, but you know, it's funny how when things start rolling, you know, ideas change, and you know, from the idea of first being on a tour came the idea of the tour being on us.
Touring, mate. Touring's for the brave. It's for those who venture. It's not for those who are going to chicken out of responsibility. It's not for shirkers. Everyone mucks in, you know what I mean? Cool, apart from the artist. That's the artist, isn't it?
Beardyman's career started off very preternaturally, predetermined almost by the social context out of which he came. So it's rather relevant, many people think, I myself included, that Beardyman was a product, not just a necessary evil, but mostly just the pinnacle, but also the underpinning of a new genre which every girl wanted to be and every guy wanted to have sex with.
Well, working with Beardyman, it's a bloody nightmare. You know, it's all, you know, get me this, get me that, like, you know, paint my bloody dressing room this colour, painting it that colour. You know, he'll walk in there, I've painted his entire dressing room white because he's feeling all angelic today. Half an hour later he gets in one of his black moods, wants us to paint the whole thing black and put evil demonic faces and UV paint on the walls and stuff and find a black light. I don't know, am I going to find a black light in Hull at 3 o'clock in the morning? Guy makes me sick.
Beardyman is the future. Forget about the debt. Sell them, buy a Chord Chaos pad, give it to your 2-year-old son and show him the Beardyman. It's the future. It is the future.
The moment that Beardyman announced what the tour concept would be, the world just went, wow.
Jeremy Kyle did feature in my tour. He was the warm-up act, actually. He used to come on and just persecute the crowd. He'd just find a couple of people that looked like they're in socio-economic grouping D to C and just shout at them for things they'd done. He'd do a couple of lie detector tests on people that said they had VIP passes, and he'd just shout at people for not dancing and stuff like that.
You see, Buster, where I come from, we don't do that. Where I come from, we don't cheat on our husbands for crack. We don't do that where I come from, because I come from Jeremy Kyle land, the only place where no one does anything wrong. You fucking penis, Jeremy Kyle. Can't you see everyone thinks that you're a wanker?
I hadn't heard of Beardyman up till that point, but if there's someone who's going to be taking my name and dragging it through the mud, then I'm going to come down on like a ton of bricks, buddy. That is for sure. We don't talk like that about people where I come from, Buster.
That was Jeremy Kyle getting shot in the face with dubstep.
I don't know what you're clapping for. I spoke to my lawyer and asked him, is there anything we can do to stop big-headed, antisocial musicians degrading the names of much-loved public figures? And he said, who are you talking about? And I fired him.
I heard Beardyman do a cover of one of my tunes. It wasn't good though. It was shit.
When you're on tour, you've got to make sure that you've got adequate provisions set aside. You can't leave your tour bus without knowing the exact coordinates of where you can get a pepper steak slice or a Scotch egg. That's the most important thing. Make sure you've got proper nutrition, all the major food groups represented. That would be pastry and meat. Anything else is purely supplementary and doesn't actually help your cause at all. When you're depriving yourself of sleep, the last thing you need is vegetables. You need stimulants and protein and, of course, a little bit of fat to keep you warm, just in case the heating breaks on your touring vehicle. That's what's really important when you're on a road, you know what I mean?
I see. Stand clear. This vehicle is reversing.
Oh yeah, well, you know, you have hijinks on tour and that, but generally you're supposed to have hijinks with girls and drugs and booze. You know, you're not doing a bloody sound of a vehicle reversing out the side of a van. If you ask me, that's schoolboy, that is. It's just sad. Don't impress me.
Hang on. So you're telling me... Shut up a second. You're telling me that the thing that you do is to cut clips up and jam them all together. Where I come from, buddy, we don't do that. We let the whole clip play out. Not this chopping between. Get out. I don't even want you in my video. I don't want you in my editing studio. Get out. No. I'd never heard of beardyman because I have a job. Unlike you, who sits at home smoking drugs all day. I don't do that. Where I come from, we work. We do something useful. Where's my applause? Where's my applause? Where is it?
Fuck sort of question that, man. Like, what am I going to tell you? I'm going to tell you what I do on tour. I ain't ever going to tell you what I do on tour. You got to come on tour and find out, and I ain't going to invite you. You hit my type, bruv. You get me?
What's music? That's not music. Michael Bublé. That's music. Cliff Richard. That's music. Thank you. Yes, thank you. That's music. I don't sit around all day pretending to make music with my mouth.
Oh, well, yeah, you know, beardyman's doing all right at the moment, isn't he? But, you know, give him 5 years, 6 years, he'll probably burn out and that, you know, the inevitable decline into alcoholism, move to some Buddhist monastery, come back, make an indulgent fourth album, everyone will go off him and, you know, he'll end up being a roadie. I mean, you know, it happens to the best of us. I used to be in Right Said Fred.
The next tour is going to be dedicated entirely to the memory of Vanessa Feltz. She was a wonderful woman, and what she's given this country is just invisible. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, Digi Rascal, what's good? beardyman, rubbish.
Decent lad, alright tunes, bit weird, no beard.
Shut up and point the camera at me! That's not music, that's not the word I signed up to, buddy. In my world, musicians play musical instruments. What you're doing is tantamount to lying. You're a liar. That's right, not a musician, you're a liar. Where's my applause?